I think they wrote the word Italia to remind Ciro Immobile who he's playing for. What's happening, YouTube? It's your boy Vince from VR Football, and today we're looking at a tier list of Azzurri jerseys. Now, if you've been reading the news lately, you probably noticed that Puma released their Euro 2020 jersey away kit for Italy. And let me tell you, it looks like a training kit. And it says Italia twice on it. Italy and Puma have had a long-standing relationship since they took over from manufacturer Kappa after the 2002 World Cup. And let me tell you, the Kappa Combat is probably the pinnacle of Italy jerseys in the last 20 years. Since then, Italy and Puma have been making jerseys since the 2003 Euro qualifiers and have come up with over 24 Italy jerseys, both in blue, white, and green. So today we're going to take a look at the Azzurri home jerseys, and we're going to tier list them from S being excellent, which is, in my opinion, where the Kappa Combat fits, all the way to the letter F. So without further ado, let's get to it. First one we're going to look at is the 2003 Euro Qualifier jersey. I own this one in white, okay? And if we take a look at the blue one, looks pretty good. I think they did a really good job for their first time at it. It's got that kind of unique collar that comes kind of off to the side, and they had gold lettering and gold numbering on the jerseys. For me, I think for their first crack at the jerseys, I think for me it's got to be a letter A. It just looks clean. There's nothing fancy to it, and that unique collar kind of adds a nice little flair to the jersey itself. So for me, it's a letter A. Okay, so the next one up I don't actually own, but it's the Euro 2004 jersey that they only played 3 games in before they got eliminated, and then they would go on to use the jersey in the World Cup qualifiers for 2006. To me, it's another, I think, great job by Puma. It looks crisp, it's simple, it's got the Italian flag in the middle, the 3 stars. Again, they chose to use gold numbering on this jersey, gold lettering, and for me, I just wish they could have used it more. It looked clean, it looked simple, and it didn't look like a jersey that they kind of rinsed and repeated with some of the other countries and what some of the other brands were doing at the time. So for me, it's got to be a letter A. Okay, so next up we got the World Cup 2006 jersey, which I have here. And to me, this is a letter A, and this is why. This jersey looks clean. Again, they chose to use gold numbering, and it also features the new logo, which they would then add the 4th star after the World Cup. The font on that jersey was awesome. It's iconic. We remember some of the best Azzurri players, Totti, Del Piero, Cannavaro, Buffon, and it's a clean looking jersey, similar to what Puma put out the last few years. And to me, it's just a clean looking jersey, and you can't get any better than that. It's super iconic for those who grew up in that era and remember that as fondly as kids. So to me, it's a letter A. Okay, so 3 back-to-back A's. Let's see if Puma can keep it up and keep pumping out some good quality jerseys. So next we have the Euro 2008 jersey, which we have here. Got the Rossi on the back. And so for me, the gold trimming on the neck kind of pays homage to the 96 Euro team. They had a little bit of gold in their jersey. I don't know, to me, they don't really have any more. They got the white numbering now. They've switched over to the white numbering. I don't know, it doesn't look as nice as the 3 previous versions of the jersey. Again, it's simple, it's clean, but to me, I think it's a little bit too simple. And, I think it was a good attempt, but for me, I think it's just slightly below the other ones, and for me, it's a B rating. So the next jersey I don't own, and probably for good reason, and that's the 2009 Confederation Cup jersey that they used for a few games. To me, this is probably Puma's worst jersey out of the bunch. To me, it's an F rating, and here's why. They switched the blue color and they paired it with brown shorts. Now I know it was to pay tribute to the early 30s team, but I think it should have stayed in the 30s. I don't think that they should have brought it back for the Confederation Cup. I mean, Italy's tournament was poor enough as it is, and they just looked so silly with those light blue jerseys. I think they should have stuck to what they knew and kept the same blue, but I get it. You're paying tribute to a team from the 30s, that's fine, but let's keep it in the 30s. And for me, this is a letter F. Okay, so for the next one, it's the 2010 World Cup jersey, which I have here. And for me, not a fan. A little bit more of a fan of this one because they went back to the normal blue. For me, the collar was just super weird on it. It had these kind of weird triangles on it. It's kind of neat that they added the Italian flag on the collar, and you know, they kind of trying to represent their country throughout the jersey, but for me, it just didn't do it. And then what's up with these abs? It's so weird. You put on the jersey and it looks like you have a six-pack. Not really a fan, and you can tell. I mean, they didn't really perform well in that tournament as well. So for me, it's better than the Confederation Cup one, but for me, it's a level C. Okay, so next up on the list is the 2012 Euro jersey. We probably all remember Mario Balotelli in this jersey, taking it off, scoring against Germany, flexing the muscles. I have it here. It's one of the jerseys I purchased. I was kind of a fan. You know, they got rid of that ab design. Again, they got it's a collar jersey this year. It's one of the first jerseys that they introduced with a distinct collar with the Italian flag on it. You know, there are some sort of like chevron design on it. It looks kind of neat. It looks clean. It's not as good as the first iterations back in 2004 to 2006, but I think it's right up there. I think it's better than the Confed Cup jersey as well as the 2010 World Cup. Clearly, when Italy wears great jerseys, they tend to perform well in tournaments. So for me, this jersey is a letter B. Okay, so the next one is the 2013 Confederation Cup jersey. This is one jersey I don't own and I wish I did. I think this jersey is super underrated. I know it's got this super deep V on it with a little bit of white underneath, which I think kind of takes away from the jersey, but they add a little bit of the light blue elements as well as the Italian flag kind of hidden throughout that jersey. And so for me, I think it's a super underrated jersey. I kind of wish they used it more. They didn't, but I think for me, it's right up there with the Euro 2012 jersey. And I think this jersey is super underrated. If I had to give any of their jerseys over the last 20 years, kind of the most underrated jersey award, I think it would be this one. But for me, it's a letter B. Okay, so next up is the 2014 World Cup jersey, which I have here. And for some reason, I decided to get Alessio Cerci's name on the back of it. And it's probably why this jersey, in my opinion, is a C rating, C for Cerci. And it's because I think they did a kind of a disservice with the lettering and the numbering. White numbering with a little bit of gold trim on it. The collar I thought was just a little too subtle. It wasn't kind of standout-ish compared to the 2012 collar, which I thought was kind of nice. And I think this jersey has almost too much Italian flag on it. It's got some Italian flag on the sleeves. It's got it kind of in the inside of the collar. I feel like they just kind of scattered too many Italian flags on this jersey. And so for me, it's a C for Cerci. Okay, so the next jersey we have up is the 2016 Euro jersey, which I have here. Now, with this jersey, I like to refer to it as the baseball jersey because it's got these subtle pinstripes, and if you look at the white jersey version, it has some predominant blue pinstripes. And so, combined with the gold trim that is very subtle, I don't think this jersey stands out quite like some of the other ones. I think it's a super simple design. It's almost like they didn't do enough with this jersey. It's nice, it fits well, but for me, it just, I don't know, it wasn't kind of over the edge. And sometimes that's good in a jersey, but compared to some of the other ones in this chart, for me, it's a letter C. Okay, so next up we have the 2018 World Cup Qualifier jersey. And it's only a qualifier jersey because, if you remember, Italy didn't qualify for the World Cup. This jersey is downright terrible. I think the new logo I was not a fan of at the time when they released it. I thought it was too big, too loud. In this jersey, I think they added some, it looks like black trim. It might be navy blue. It does look like it's black though. I don't know because I don't own this jersey. So to me, it looks black. You know, they're getting rid of the, you know, kind of the traditional gold trim that we've seen throughout. To me, I was just never a fan of this jersey. It just looked kind of too futuristic for me. And so I'm more of a traditional guy. I'm gonna probably give this one a D rating. Okay, and last but not least, we have the 2020 Renaissance version of the jersey, which I thought they were going to use for this World Cup because I thought they looked pretty slick, but apparently someone at Puma had other ideas. So the Renaissance kit I thought was super neat. The dark blue trim with the blue jerseys and that Renaissance logo thing they got going on in the jersey, I thought it was super neat. I thought it was super slick looking, and you know, they paired it with like navy blue shorts that the team was wearing as opposed to the traditional white that they would normally pair their blue jersey with. I thought it was kind of a slick looking jersey, and you know, compared to the most recent jerseys that have been coming out the last few years, I thought they actually upped their game in this this Renaissance kit. So for me, it's right up there with the 3A jerseys that I ranked earlier. I thought Puma did a great job releasing this jersey. Like I said, it's a slick looking jersey, and for me, it's a letter A. And for some reason, we're not going to see it at the Euros because apparently these new kits are coming out. I hope you liked the video, and I had a lot of fun doing this and sharing you my jersey collection and what I thought of the Azzurri kits over the last 20 years. Now, if you know, Italy is actually going to be making the jump to Adidas at the end of 2022, 2023, and hopefully Adidas comes up with some really cool concept kits that isn't that rinse and repeat stuff that we've been seeing some of the other jerseys that some of the big manufacturers have been you know, posting recently or making recently. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button, and remember, Forza Azzurri.